The paradox of silence. There is a fascinating paradox in the world of money that most people never understand. Those who talk the most about wealth rarely possess it, while those who truly build it remain silent. This contradiction is not accidental. It is the first sign that everything we believe we know about financial success might be fundamentally wrong. For decades, I have observed behavioral patterns in people who have achieved true economic freedom. What I have discovered defies practically everything popular culture teaches us. The truly prosperous operate from a different logic, following principles that seem to contradict common sense. 1. The reverse scarcity mentality. While most people live in fear of not having enough money, successful individuals develop an opposite fear, the fear of not creating enough value. When your primary concern is creating value, you position yourself as someone who solves problems and builds solutions. Money then becomes a natural consequence, not the primary goal. Neuroplasticity teaches us that if you think obsessively about lack, your mind organizes itself to detect scarcity. But if you seek to generate value, you activate brain circuits that detect opportunities where others only see problems. 2. Money as stored energy. Money is simply energy. Every bill represents hours of life, condensed effort, and satisfied needs. When you understand this, you no longer spend frivolously because you understand that you're exchanging fragments of your life. Ancient merchants spoke of sleeping money to refer to inactive capital. Wealth is not measured by what is accumulated, but by what is circulated intelligently. Saving is accumulating energy for a future investment. Stagnating is allowing it to deteriorate out of fear. 3. Operational judgment versus analysis paralysis. Analysis paralysis is the silent enemy of progress. Those who make decisions with limited information but act consistently economically outperform those who wait for complete certainty. In the real-world battlefield, perfect information does not exist. You must act decisively with sufficient but imperfect information. 4. The rule of invisible compounding. Compound interest applies not only to money, but also to your skills, relationships, and reputation. Every small investment in your personal development generates returns that multiply exponentially. Most prefer strokes of luck, but true wealth is a silent process, like the growth of a robust tree, imperceptible in the short term, but unstoppable in the long term. 5. Investing in your most valuable asset, yourself. Your ability to generate income is linked to your ability to solve valuable problems. Stoic philosophers called this portable wealth, knowledge and character that no one can confiscate. However, not all education is equal. The prosperous practice directional learning, strategically focusing on skills with high potential for future value. 6. The risk of progressive irrelevance. Popular culture says a stable job is safe and entrepreneurship is risky. But in a fast-changing world, staying static is the most dangerous strategy. True financial security comes from the ability to adapt to the unknown. Security is not about avoiding the storm, but knowing how to navigate in any weather. 7. Calculated courage. Calculated courage is the sweet spot between recklessness and paralysis. It's the ability to act when you have intelligent information, even with uncertainty persists. This is a muscle that strengthens with exercise. You start with small risks, learn from the results, and expand your operational comfort zone. 8. The cycle of personal abundance. There are times to sow, nourish, harvest, and sow again. Most people get stuck. They either sow eternally without ever harvesting, or they harvest compulsively without reinvesting. In the sowing phase, you must live below your means and invest aggressively. In the harvest, you capitalize without falling into excessive gratification. 9. Value generation systems. The difference between working for money and having money work for you is the creation of systems that generate value without your physical presence. Scalable businesses, investments, intellectual products. Your time is your scarcest resource. Every hour dedicated to building a system is an investment that will pay off many-fold in the future. 10. Emotional financial intelligence and strategic detachment. Economic decisions are rarely rational. They are influenced by fears and desires. Financial maturity is learning to make decisions despite emotions, maintaining strategic detachment. Don't let money define your identity. When your personal worth does not depend on your bank account, you make smarter financial decisions. You don't need to impress anyone, and you aren't terrified of losing money to the point of avoiding necessary risks. Conclusion: personal transformation. Implementing these principles does not require massive capital, but the will to think differently. The perfect moment never arrives. Perfection is the enemy of progress. True wealth is a decision to bet on your own potential. It is not about finding a secret formula, but about becoming the person that naturally attracts prosperity. Like the ancient alchemists, the goal is not to transform metals into gold, but to transform yourself into someone capable of creating value wherever you go.